So when I got it for 4, everything transferred over. Like, yeah, like everything I had transferred over. Yeah, they probably all gone by now, man. No, I expect the guard probably took over the contract, and then the season went down. That's a seasonal job. So when the season go down, it's like they don't need them. Yeah. So he's still. I mean, so he got fired, or he's still over there. He probably still working over there. Oh yeah. Oh, that's what he get. I'm glad he gone. Yeah. Did you go back? They got new people. You got an inside. Why don't you go back? He said, "I'm good." I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Fran. I'm good too. Yeah, it's best sometimes. It's best to move on. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, you ever talk to Pat? Nah. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, Pat was alright. I like Pat. Or Martin and none of them guys. I don't talk to them. I don't see them talk to them guys. You already in here. You were so. Oh no, you're not. I'm playing with somebody else. Oh shit! I thought this was you. No, I ain't see that one yet. Is it good? All right. Don't tell me no more, Brian. I know, man. I want to see it. So if you tell me, I'm gonna be mad. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. See, but you want to be all up on everything. They want to be. They need to have mics on this game. Man, with that slow shit. Check it out. Yo, hey, you still in here? No, no, not you. No, it's almost over. I know you still in here, Anderson. Oh shit, I shouldn't even let that through. That was my bad. Nice. You on YouTube? Okay. Come on, yo. You supposed to have that. Man, that's that game. That's game. That's game. Hey, I'm backing out now. Franz, you still there? Oh, okay, my bad. Everybody's playing different games, man. Yeah, I'm thinking about to send you the invite. Just backed out. Everybody, yo, I won that game though. That'll work. I was playing disc jam. Yo, it show you still in my party, so I don't know where you at. Eh? Where'd he go? Yeah, it show he's still in here. So what's that game you playing, Franz? What's that? World of Tanks? Oh, okay, okay. Hey, I started a match. You ready? I'm sorry, Franz. You already in it. So it's showing you in my party. It's showing you there. Your name, your flag, your character. All right, I backed all the way out. I backed all the way out because it showed you there. Now I'm gonna send you an invite now. I backed all the way out. I'm gonna send you an invite now. Like last night, what happened to you last night? It was just showing you there. I know you was fixing your vape. You probably fell asleep. So you said what you call him is going too, right? Franz, what you call him is going too. You know, what's his name again? You know, the boy's supposed to be running the shit. Matthew. He's he's still there. Oh, he's out. Wow. I think they just do that to everybody. Yeah. One of the new people, the Indian girl. Yeah. Okay, it was two of them in there. And what's the dispatch girl name? The Puerto Rican girl, I forget her name. Ortiz, yeah, Ortiz still there, right? Yeah, that's my girl. She always gonna be there. Yeah. The thing is, when I left, Matt Jose, check it out, Franz. I relieved you. I relieved you. I think one day I had the car, then I gave the car to Jose. You know when I relieved, right? And it was a day I think Jose did a double or some shit, and I got the car back from him. So only person who was in the car was me, you, and Jose. So when I got the car back from that day, I was riding around the whole shift, right? And I went to get out the door, and I stuck my hand in the door, you know where the little handle at, and it was an empty cocaine bag in there. Yeah, and I looked, it was like a little red bag. There was two of them in there, and it was empty. It looked like somebody opened them up, these little bags, these little baggies in the door. Now I ain't know they was there my whole shift, so I ain't seen nothing, right? I just threw them away. So when Jose came in, I said, Jose, you leave something in the car that you forgot about? And he's like, no, what you talking about? I said, well, look, Franz is a health nut. He go to the gym, he eat healthy, he all built, he buff. Franz ain't fucking around. He don't do shit. You don't even smoke. You know what I mean? I knew that. I already know you straight. See, I already know you straight, so that's what I told him. I said, Franz ain't doing shit. He a health nut. You know what I mean? He in the gym all the time, man. I said, now, You know what I mean? Now I don't fuck around with this shit, but I know what this shit is. You know what I mean? I smoke a blunt every now and then. You know, drink a beer, but I'm not really a drinker. I'd rather not drink. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? But I know what this shit is, and don't leave that shit in the car no more. So he's like, "What are you talking about?" He kept playing dumb. I said, "Yes." I said, "You." I said, "You know what you left right there in the doorway." He said, "What is it?" I said, "Two little red bags. You know them two little red plastic bags." So then he started asking me questions. Like I stopped talking about it. I was driving home. So he stopped asking me questions about it. He started asking me questions. Like I stopped talking about it once I told him. I said, don't do that shit no more. You know, make sure you get that shit out the car. So I left it like that. So then he played like he didn't know he was talking about. Then he said, where'd you find it at? I said, I told you I found it at in the door. So I'm still driving. I'm still driving to my block. You know I used to drive to my block, right? So I was driving to my block. So then he said, it's like real quiet in the car. He goes, who you tell? So I ain't tell nobody. So he say nothing. So I got out the car. I got to my block. I'm getting out the car, right? And I got out the corner so I could walk up the street. You know, I got out the corner so he could turn around. So I got out the car. And then as I was getting out the car, I went to grab my bag off the back seat, and he says, he said, well, first one, he said, where'd you find it? Or who you tell? So I ain't tell nobody. He said, what you do with it? I said, come on now. You gonna tell me it ain't yours? We keep asking me these questions. I told you I threw it away. Yes, I told you I threw it away. You know, and he was like, all right. I said, don't do that shit no more, Jose. Don't leave that shit behind you. Now I know you be snorting because you be amped the fuck up. You be losing the fucking he kept losing the gas card. We find it in the car under the seat. One day he take it home with him, all that type of shit. Cause he be amped the fuck up. Yeah. So one day me and Pat couldn't find it for a while. We was looking for the gas card, man. Pat searched the whole car. We had to call in the old head, you know, the old dude, to come down to fill the fucking cart full of gas. Yeah, we had to call Ray to come down with the gas card because Jose took the gas card home and we couldn't get in touch with him. And then when we did get in touch with him, he took too long bringing it back. So the car was running out of gas. Ray had to come down to fill the cart with gas. So he did it for me. I get a car to Pat when I get off. Pat drove it all day. Jose never came down. So Jose kept saying he ain't had the car. So Jose, you the last one with the car. Pat couldn't find the car. Pat worked. He get the car back to me. I come back in on my shift, and I look. You know where I find the car at? I find it in one of the old. Remember, we used to keep all the old log books. It was in one of the old 8 to 4 logbooks. That's his shift, 8 to 4. So he put it in one of the old logbooks and forgot it. And I was searching through everything looking for it. Pat just never opened up. You know, we had all the old books in there. Pat never went through them books. I went through the books. So after that, he didn't say nothing. Like Jose be going, he used to go to Walmart. I come to work, be looking for him, calling dispatch. Yo, where Jose at? I'm here. You know what I mean? It's almost time to switch. Where he at? And that nigga come pulling up. That nigga was in Walmart and Target and shit, stuff like that. So he get out. He get out the car. Yeah, he went shopping. He get out the car and he got to go find like he got 20 bags with him and all that type of shit. So okay, I ain't saying nothing. We ain't saying that's nothing. So what happens is it rained one night. You know what I mean? You was still working. You know what I mean? It rained real bad. And I worked in the rain all night, so I only made rounds like half the night because it started raining. And it was all out in the back, it all puddles up by the water, all that shit puddled up. So what I mean, I never turned the lights on or nothing. I just kept working. So in the morning time, because it started raining in the middle of the night, and I was making rounds, I was getting wet because it wasn't raining heavy. So now my feet are wet, like my boots is wet, my shoes is wet. You know what I mean? I'm wet. So I get off work and it was cold. I said, look, the driver's going to drop me off, and I missed my bus. When I get off and get the bus, I missed it. So I said, Jose, I'm going to just drive home soaking wet. I don't feel like waiting for another bus in this cold weather. You know what I mean? So he was like, oh, no, man, they going to find out. I'm going to get in trouble. I said, how the fuck you going to get in trouble? You've been driving me home all this time. Now, why, Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, so he was like they gonna find out. I said, how Matthew not gonna find out unless you tell him? I said, wait a minute, Jose, you've been driving me home. I've been driving home, and I ain't been doing it for the last 3 weeks. So why should today make any difference? Like, you know what I mean? What's the problem? And he goes, nah, man, I'm not supposed to take the car past Front Street and this, that, and the other. I'm like, all right, go ahead with that shit. And I drove home. I didn't. I was like, no, I ain't going for that shit, Jose. Fuck that, because I'm saying, you know what I mean? I keep my mouth closed about you and this and the shit you leave in the car, about the shit you do. I don't say nothing about now. You know what I mean? Go ahead with that, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what he was doing. He was acting like a little bitch. I'm like, come on, man. You got the microwave in the car. I ain't doing. Come on with that bullshit. Like, I'm soaking wet rain. You can see I'm wet. I said, you look. You can see I'm soaking wet. Been working in the rain all night, man. So I just drove home anyway. I like, fuck you, man. You can't. I ain't get out. I drove right to the block, and I got out and got the car and went in the house. I ain't thinking about it. Went to bed. So I woke up. My phone, I got a message on my phone. I called Matthew, talk about come down to the office. Like, for what? So I called him, what you want me for? Oh, no, man. This, that, and the other. He said, I got to see you. So when I get in there, he going to tell me, oh, man, where'd you go with the car? I said, me, where'd I go? I ain't go nowhere. Fuck you mean, where'd I go? So he said, no, man, I got a track on the car, and I can tell you what you did. I said, yeah, well, tell me where I went then. Such a tracker. Show me where I went then. Because you know what I did, Franz? Because it was raining that night before, and there's all that mud. That morning before I gave the car to Jose, I took it to the fucking car wash and got it washed. So tell me where I went. So he was like, oh, no, man. Then he going to ask me, what's up with you and Jose? What about me and Jose? Well, man, Jose said that you took the car, this, that, and the other. I was like, what the fuck you talking about? Jose drove me home. You know what I mean? So what's the problem? So he was like, oh, no, this, that, and the other. You wasn't supposed to take the car past this and this, that, and the other. Then he came back and said, that I was leaving at night and taking it. I was doing my rounds with a guard in my car. So I never do the rounds with a guard in my car. What the fuck you talking about? All I do is take them to the bathroom because they can't leave a spot. You know what I mean? Especially if the porta potty fucked up, I'll run them to the bathroom while I'm making rounds. Like, all right, I'll come and drop you off because I'm coming straight back. You know what I mean? So he like, nah, man, get that in. I said, no, I didn't even know who told you that. You know the old head in the back had the Cadillac? Lazy motherfucker. He used to work in the back, all the way in the back of the Cadillac. All right. Every time I go back there to make a key hit, he asked me to turn them lights on and off. And I tell him no. I said, no, they're your lights to turn on. I got to turn all these other shit on. They're your lights to turn on. You know what I mean? So in the morning, when I come back there at 5 o'clock to hit that key, because they starting to come in. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I keep trying to get a game, but it keep kicking me out. Um, what I mean? He keeps saying, "Can you turn my lights off for me?" And I'm like, "Nah." So I stopped coming back there in the morning time, I'll come back there after 6 o'clock. So now he already got to turn them off. You know what I mean? So one day I went, Fredo, the Puerto Rican boy from New York. I mean from New Jersey. He had the porta potty. He kicked you out, eh? Yeah. Um, the porta potty. He was working over there on Navy 30. And the porta potty was all fucked up over there by SBW. So I said, look, I'll take you to the one where we go in the back, right there. Instead of SBW, I said, just leave your car because he drove over there, but it was, the junk was fucked up. So I just go. So I caught him when he was just coming back. So I said, well, just leave your car. Come on, I'm making my rounds. I'll drive you to the other joint. That way you don't leave again. They don't see your car leave again because he got dark tinted windows. So he's like, all right. So he got in the car and I drove back there. I went, all the way in the back. SPW, I forget what it was called, but you know what I'm saying, in the back where the train was at. You know what I mean? So the porta potty, as soon as you turn in the gate, the porta potty right there. So I turned in the gate and I stopped. He went and hit the porta potty. When he came out, I waited for him and he came out. I drove back, hit the key. So the old head gonna ask me, how come he was in the car? And I said, what you mean, how come he's in the car? He had to use the porta potty. The other one was messed up. And I ain't got to tell you this. But I'm telling you what it is because you asked some dumbass question like, why was he in the car? You riding around? I said, no. I took him to use the porta potty because where he was working is messed up. So what's the problem with you? So that was it. And then the next time I come back, Matthew gonna tell me, oh yeah, he said, you be riding around with people in your car. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, that's just niggas is jealous. They want you to do their work. But why you even coming to me with this shit? You're not talking to me about me doing my job. You're not talking to me about me handling the site. You're coming to me with hearsay from guards that are mad or got issues because I'm their supervisor and I'm not letting them get away with bullshit or I'm not going to do their job. It's his job to turn 4 generators on. He got 4 generators on. He asked you. I did. He asked me to turn them on and off for him. Why, if you're getting paid for it? You know what I mean? If this is your job and you know where he was sitting at, you got 4 generators turned on. You come to work, they already on because you working 12 to 8. They already on. All you got to do is turn them off in the morning and you in your own fucking car. So you ain't even got to walk. You can drive to them. It's about what? It's about a mile. You could drive to all 4 of them and turn them off and come back. I know. Send me an invite. But he complained. It was bullshit. Let me tell you what they did. They finally made him supervisor after we left, right? And he was doing the same shit. See, he thought it was sweet, and we was making up our rules, but we wasn't making up the rules. All right. So what happens is now they made him supervisor. Fredo was in there. He was telling me about it, and he was trying to come over and tell them, like, you got to do this, you got to do that, and blah, blah, blah. And the board was like, no, like, that's not my job. That's your job. You know what I mean? He said, you the supervisor, right? Yeah. That's your job to do that. That ain't my job to do that. I don't get paid for that. I get paid to sit where I'm at. And he was mad then, like, the office was leaving him hanging. You know how they leave us hanging? And nobody show up, and you got a guard, and that guy, they kick me out again. They can't do nothing with your internet. Keep kicking me out. The guard, the guard come to work, and the one say he can't stay, so he leave. You gonna be short of guard, yo. They keep kicking me out, yo. I tried it. They kicked me out again. That's his internet, yo. You, you hear me, homie? That's his internet. But it was crazy, Franz. I was just like, yo. You know what I mean? I was laughing at it for real. I'm just glad they got Matt because see, Matt had left and he came back. First he was operation manager when he hired me. He was operations manager. Then he told me to wear like when you give you a uniform and shit. I had a hoodie with me. He told me to wear it. I said it ain't part of the uniform. I'm gonna get in trouble. He said no. So he gave me permission in the office to wear it because I was working outside. So every time a supervisor showed up to do a field inspection, all my shit was right because I have everything on, but I would have that hoodie on underneath my coat, and on top of my shirt. But I had my shirt and tie on, all that shit on, and they always would pass me. So it wasn't no problem. I was there for like 4 months. And then this Puerto Rican boy named Angel from Jersey, he came up in there and he came up to do a field inspection. And he did it. He was like, no, it was raining. And he was like, yo, it's dark in here. Can't see what you got on. I said, well, there's no power in this joint. But you're a supervisor. You must know that we work in the dark here. We only light we have is the light from the generators. You know what I mean? So you must know this already. It ain't like I'm making it. Why you telling me he was questioning me about why was it dark inside the joint because there's no power here. But you're a supervisor, you know that. Every guard that work here knows every supervisor that come here know that. We work in the dark. We only got the light from the generator. So if you want to come, all right, I hear you. You gotta come in the daytime. You come at night, it's gonna be dark. So he was like, I got everything on. So I was saying, so he says, well, how long you been working for the company? So I said, well, I started in right at December, around around December, beginning of December, until now. So it was like I said, I've been there since all winter. So he said, well, winter. He said, all winter. Winter only lasts a month. You're not telling me you didn't answer my question. So I said, wait a minute, dude. I said, to my knowledge, winter lasts is 4 to 6 months, depending where you are on the planet. Unless you in Antarctica somewhere. So where you from that winter only lasts a month? We in Philadelphia. I've been here since December to now. That's all winter. This month is April. That's all winter. You know what I mean? So he was like, all right. Then I said, well, do you know how many generators are in this place? Because when you came up, you asked me questions. I wasn't at the gate. I was coming from one of the generators, shutting them down because it kept turning on and off. I had to go shut it down. It was running out of gas. So when I asked him, he was like, he said, that's not your job to ask me questions. It's my job to ask you questions. So I said, wait a minute, dude, you the supervisor, right? Yeah, I'm a field supervisor. So if you're a field supervisor and I'm just a regular guard, as you want to say, if I got a question, I'm supposed to be asking you because you the one that's telling me what to do. You know what I mean? So he was just like, you know what? We got off on a bad foot. Let's start all over. And I was like, well, we didn't get off on a bad foot. I just don't understand your line of questioning. It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It sounds like somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? And he felt insulted. So I was like, I'm not starting over here because I'm not starting over. Like, it is what it is now. You fucked your first impression up because you was stupid. That's not on me. I didn't say that to him, but like, that's not on me. So I said, I'm not going there. I said, look, what do you want me to do? I'm in uniform. So he said, he said, you got to take that hoodie off. So I ain't got to take it off. Matthew gave me permission to wear this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm still here. So when I said that to him, he was like, well, that's not part of the regulation uniform. I said, well, he's the operation manager, and he told me to wear this in the office. So unless I hear it from him, I'm not taking it off. You know what I mean? And he told me to come out in the rain. He said, it's too dark in here. Come out in the rain so I could see you. So when I stepped out the guard shack in the rain, he tried to like approach me real aggressive. Like, you don't know who you're talking to. And you know you can't talk to me like that. So when he came at me like that, I took one step backwards. But a vacuum cleaner, you can hear that vape real strong. So when I backed up from him, I was like, yo, you got the wrong person here. You better look around where you at. Yeah, I mean, you'll get hurt out here and they won't find your body for weeks, sometimes months. And when he said it, he just looked at me, ran back to his car, and I opened the gate and he left. And about 20 minutes later, another supervisor showed up named Brian, and Brian was cool. He said, oh, what's going on, man? I said, what you mean? He said, they kept me in and told me to send you home. Send me home for what? He said, dude, said you threatened us. I ain't threatening him. He told me to take this hoodie off. He said, why would you take your hoodie off? It don't make sense. You know what I mean? It's cold as shit. It's raining. Ain't no heat. Ain't no electricity where y'all at. Like, where is he talking about? I said, I don't know. Even Ortiz at dispatch, she called. And she was like, yo, what's going on down there? The dude said this, that, and the other. He said, but Austin, you got permission to wear your hoodie. I said, yeah, I told him that, but he's telling me it's part of the uniform. It ain't part of the uniform. I got to take it off. He's telling me I got to do this. They was like, no, don't worry about that shit. So I said, well, good, I'm out. I had worked my whole shift. Ortiz paid me the last 2 hours because he came in at 10 o'clock. So I left and went home. And after I went home, you know what I mean? After I went home, like the next day, they called me in the office. And when I get in the office, I don't know, man. Hold on for a minute. Um, the next day when I got in the office, he was like, Matthew, like, I gotta let you go. I said, for what? I said, I threatened the boss. I didn't threaten him. So he told me to take this off, and so the board made a statement. So before they showed me his statement, they asked me what happened. So I explained what happened. Then they said read the statement. So when I read his statement was the same thing I said, except for he left out the fact that he told me to take the hoodie off. He was telling me all this other stupid shit, like, you know what I mean? So they was like, no. I said the fact that he threatened me. So I said he left all of that out. He didn't tell you he threatened me because if you read his statement, his responses don't make sense until I put in what he said. You know what I mean? Like he left out shit he said, so when I put it in, then his response makes sense. You know what I mean? Your own words don't make sense till I fill in the blanks. So I can't be lying because if I was lying, it wouldn't make sense. You see what I mean? So Matthew and the white boy was like the white manager, whoever the dude was. He just kept saying he had to make a decision, and Matthew was like, "Dude, I told him he had permission from me to wear this. It's cold. He's working outside in the elements." And he said it to the dude, and the dude still looked at me. His name was John. He still looked and said, "Well, I got to make a decision." And he got up and walked out the little conference room, you know, where we had orientation. And he came back in with a paper and said, "Sign that." I'm like, "I'm not signing that." I said, "I could take a copy of it." And he made me a copy and said, "Well, thank you, and we don't need your services no more." I'm like, "Okay, have a nice day." And I walked out. Like, see you. See, Matthew called me and asked me to come back and work for him after he became the boss. You know what I mean? Once they got rid of the boy John, they made Matthew the boss. He called me up and asked me to come back and work for him. He kept asking Derek Heidi. That's the one, Heidi. He kept asking Heidi, "What's my number?" Because Heidi knows where I live and knows my number. Heidi wouldn't give it to him. And then finally, he kind of threatened Heidi, like, I need, I need to get in touch with him. And Heidi finally came and told me. And when I got in touch with him, I didn't even call him back. I went in the office and seen Jasmine and was like, "Jazz, look, I got a message that Matthew wanted to see me, but I don't know how it came from an unreliable source. So if it's bullshit, let me know, and I'm walking out right now, and you have a nice day. I don't want to, you know what I mean?" And she was like, "No." And as soon as I said that, she was like, "No, they ain't lying to you. Matthew been looking for you for a while. She's been looking for me for a while." She said, "Yeah." That's when she told me, ever since he made boss, he was looking for me. He wanted to bring me back as a supervisor and this, that, and the other. But when I came back in there and I just worked regular until they got my position right and they put me a supervisor, that's when everything changed. Like I was doing everything was good, but then they started changing the rules. He started doing slick shit. I was working doubles every Friday. You know what I mean? My schedule said Friday and Saturday, but he would have me work a double every Friday, and then Saturday I'd be off, and I just let it ride because I was off Saturday. But you know what I mean? But that's not my schedule. You see what I mean? So I just did it anyway. Yeah, they was doing shit like that. I just let it go. But in the end, when it came down to it, when he came at me, I started seeing what's happening. I think he called me in the office for somebody else, the old lady, because I went to check on her. She was asleep, so I went to check on her. She was asleep, so I just woke her up. I ain't never write her up. I ain't take no pictures of her or nothing. I just woke her up. And, she's an older lady, so I got respect. You know what I mean? And I just woke her up like after she was all right. And she's like, "Oh, you took a picture of me?" I said, "No, ma'am. I just wanted to make sure you was all right. I didn't even know you was asleep until I got over there. You know what I mean? Till I got to the car. Because I didn't drive up. I walked over there. You know what I mean? So I didn't even know you were asleep till I walked over here. Like, you know what I mean? So she started cursing me out. I let it go. And I just stayed away from her. She went in the office complaining. But it was like I stayed away from her. And he called me in the office and I brought my uniform. So the whole time he's talking to me, I said, "Look, she was asleep, but I didn't I didn't write her up. I didn't take a picture of her nothing. I was just waking her up because she was asleep. I didn't know she was asleep because she was hunched over. She's an older lady. She could have been dead for all I know. You know what I mean? She like in her 60s and shit. She could have been like damn near 70 years old. She could have had a heart attack, a stroke. I just wanted to make sure she was still breathing. You know what I mean? She happened to be asleep. So, she thought she was going to get fired because she was asleep on the job. I didn't care about that shit. You know what I mean? So she thought, when people nervous and they think they doing something wrong, she went and did some old stupid shit by, went in the office trying to make a complaint about me, but it didn't go nowhere. So what I did